Approximately 30 years ago, and I'd say about 100, 125 pounds, I used to be a track runner. True story, true story. I was a 400 runner, much like Laddie Lawrence was. And the difference between me and Laddie, as 400 runners, is basically summed up in the fact that he won the Connecticut State Open champ when he was in high school and went on to have a good college career. I kept getting lost and had Daddy's direction, so I ended up becoming a sports writer. Now, if you know anything about track, it's once around, and that's it. And I bring up the fact that Laddie's smarter than me because when you think of track, you don't really think of being cerebral. 100 yards, straight line. 400, once around the track. 800, you do it twice. A mile, 4 times, 2 miles, 8 times. They give you a ball to throw or a javelin to throw, you just throw it as far as you can. It's simple stuff. Sometimes they throw hurdles in front of you, and instead of going around them, it's actually quicker to go over them, so that's what you do. But Laddie, you know, I said in the little speech that I wrote that it's not rocket science. But when it comes to track coaches in Connecticut, Laddie Lawrence is the rocket scientist of track coaches. And the reason I say that is because I don't think I've ever seen a coach look at a meet and just devise all the possibilities of points and where he can get points to help his team win. It's easy to take a Henry win. Is Henry here today?
Yeah.
He's one of the best distance runners in the state. And it's really easy to sit there and say, Henry, go run the 800, the mile, it's 1600 nowadays, the 3200. We'll throw you in a relay and there's 40 points. It's a heck of an effort on his part, but it's not going to win you a state championship. You got to find the 2 points, the 3 points, the 1 points further down that are going to lead you to that title, especially in a lot of these tight meets when you're going up against the Danbury and a lot of these great programs here in Connecticut. And Laddie does that. He's the thinking man's coach, and it's remarkable how he doesn't just squeeze the best he can get out of his athletes as runners and as jumpers, but he also gets every single point he can get out of his team. And as they say, the proof is in the pudding. In a 44-year career, he's coached 3 sports to 1,000, and these are all numbers. These don't, I believe, count the recent winter season. 3 sports, 1,659 victories. His winning percentage is .814. 29 undefeated seasons. He's won 68 divisional titles, 30 FCIAC championships, 36 state class and state open championships, and in addition to that, 26 other teams have either been runners-up at the state open and the class level. Add to that a New England championship and a New England runner-up, and I think you can kind of sense what I'm saying when he knows how to win. I've lost count of how many awards he's won, coaches awards, FCIAC coaching awards, but we're here tonight to give one more award. It's Laddie Lawrence. It's my pleasure to award you, or all of us to award you, with a gold key for 2013.
Woo-hoo.
John, I want you to know I can still run 60 minutes in 1 minute. I mean 60.
Oh, no.
I should have that extra glass of wine. I can still do a minute run in 60 seconds. That's about it. I don't even come close to 400 meters. Thank you, John, for your kind words and wonderful introduction. I have been very fortunate and blessed to have enjoyed a wonderful career that I hope will continue for several more years. It is a great honor and extreme privilege to be selected by the Connecticut sports writers for this prestigious Gold Key Award. It's a humbling experience to be associated with those individuals who have had truly outstanding and distinguished athletic careers in Connecticut. Let it be said that if the sports writers are for you, who can possibly be against you? It's an overwhelming feeling. I am deeply moved by this honor. One of my personal heroes, Emil Zatopek, the great Czechoslovakian distance runner, once said, "Great is the victory, but greater still is the friendship." I have very fond memories of the many competitions that Staples teams participated in. However, it is the relationships that have developed as a result of these competitions that I treasure the most. From the citizens of Westport, who are very supportive to our athletic program, to my colleagues at Staples, many are here tonight, who who are all true professionals and good friends. To the Staples administrators who constantly strive to make our athletic program a meaningful experience for all of our students. To the members of the press who always find a way to make me look good in the media. The picture on the cover is the best I've ever seen. To the opposing coaches who have provided me with many positive learning experiences and meaningful friendships. To my assistant and co-head coaches, whose expertise and hard work make me look good. To the parents of my athletes, whose trust and faith in my coaching abilities have gone unquestioned for as long as I can remember. To the many young men and women student athletes themselves, like Henry Wynn and his teammates, whose hard work, dedication, success have made it possible for me to be here tonight. And finally, to my family, whose undying support and personal sacrifice have been great. A special thank you also belongs to my late mother, Alice, who taught me about unconditional love. I was not a good kid. And to my sister, Gail, who was a very supportive sibling. I deeply appreciate all of you and thank God for the opportunity to know, work with, and love you. When I was 8 years old, my father died suddenly and unexpectedly of heart attack and stroke. I was devastated beyond belief and struggled for many years with this loss. So much so that I easily could have had my life go an entirely different and darker direction than the path it eventually took. Robert Mastroianni, former superintendent of Manhattan high schools, once wrote, "It is not an uncommon view that the coach is the most influential adult with whom a youngster may come in contact while in high school. The influence that the coach exerts over the athlete carries with it incredible responsibility. For too often, the course of a lifetime is directed during these formative years. Having experiencing the death of my father at that very early stage of my life, I'm very thankful that my coaches took their responsibility seriously. It was the late Ed Hall who helped develop my interest in track and field while I was in junior high school. Paul Lane, who nurtured that interest into a passion while I was at Staples. And the late Rip Powell, who gave me that opportunity to turn that passion into a career while I was at Southern Arkansas. As I progressed through my developing career, I found other knowledgeable and compassionate coaches who also helped to mold and shape me in a very positive, meaningful, and lasting way. Men like Bob Machowski, with a successful program at Xavier, Olympic gold medalist Lindy Remicino, with a successful program at Hartford Public, and Irv Black, with a successful program at New Britain. All have contributed greatly to influence my career. Though I absorbed much knowledge and wisdom from these coaches, and others too numerous to mention, I never did quite acquire Irv's ability to shout loudly. Presently, I enjoy great relationships with other coaches, both young and old from all parts of Connecticut, men like Rob Murray of Danbury High School, and Thomas Jacobs of Amity High School, who constantly provide my program with great challenging competitions and lasting memories and friendships. My involvement in the sports of cross country and track have provided me with more beneficial experiences and positive feedback than I've ever been able to give back to the sports. As a young boy, it helped foster in me a sense of self-esteem at a time in my life that I was having trouble finding some. As a young teen, they helped keep me out of trouble at a time when trouble was easily finding me. Some say it still does today. As an older teen, they helped to keep me focused on school. I really didn't like school that much. As a young adult, they helped to provide me with a free college education and a path to a significant career. As an adult, they helped me to meet and marry my wife, Katie. And as an older adult, they provided me with a wonderful opportunity of spending precious time with my children. In fact, the greatest thrill of my coaching career was coaching my own children and then later actually coaching with them. John, I will never forget our embrace after your relay team won a state championship and your help with the team when you stepped in as an assistant coach. Andrew, who's not here tonight, I will never forget your response to being able to spend more time with me as your primary reason for wanting to transfer schools. And I will never forget the 7 years you coached with me. He's been my pole vault coach. All these memories touch my heart every day. John is now an assistant producer with ESPN, and Andrew is currently in Texas, attending a specialty school with the United States Air Force. I'm wearing my parent pin. John is married to Kirsten. Andrew is engaged to Danielle. Both women are here tonight, and I couldn't ask for better daughter-in-laws. Although I've never coached my daughter, Catherine, it always brings tears to my eyes every time I see her glide effortlessly across the ballet stage. She would have been a tremendous hurdler. But her passion for ballet played a larger role in her life. Catherine and her husband, Aaron, live in Salt Lake City, where she is currently a principal ballerina with Ballet West, one of the top ballet companies in the United States. One of my favorite quotes is by Robbie Brightwell, captain of the 1960 British Olympic team. Brightwell said, "You have to be calm but almost savage. Have supreme confidence in yourself. Be able to take punishment and still come up." Although he was talking about running 400 meters, I believe he was really talking about life. Although many of the men previously mentioned had served as heroes for me, none can compare to my greatest hero. Brightwell would be pleased to know my greatest hero. This hero is a person who's taught me much about my life, its struggles. This person was and is my rock. This person was capable of doing everything, and I was in awe of their abilities and talents. It was a very sudden and unexpected event that occurred when my hero was violently ripped off of life's winding path of gentle ups and downs and thrust into the deep, dark abyss of depression. For 22 years, my hero has struggled with this and other life-threatening or lifestyle-altering diseases. My hero has come far in the struggle for health and wellness. My hero has taught me much about perseverance, character, diligence, the unfairness of life, about bouncing back up when life's events keep knocking you down, and about my own sense of commitment and responsibility. My greatest hero is my wife, Katie. Through all of her struggles and throughout my career, her support has remained absolute. For this, I am very thankful. Almost 38 years ago, with God as my witness, I pledged my life to Katie. It has not been an easy journey for us. Through all of our illnesses and a brief separation, we have struggled on to preserve our marriage and commitment to each other as we swore to God that we would. In 1996, I wrote Katie a poem for our anniversary. The title was, "I Will Always Be There." The last stanza of that poem reads as follows: "I have been there and will continue to be the one who does care through all eternity. The future's not known, but remember you must. You are not alone, there is one you can trust. For you must know how much I do care, and with God's help, I will always be there." In 2011, Katie, now an accomplished poet, published a book of her poems entitled "Hunger, a Poetic Journey Through Anorexia Nervosa," hopefully to be used by others as a useful tool in their journey to health. In that book, there's a poem about me titled "My True Love," which was written in 2009, some 13 years after my poem. The last stanza of that poem reads as follows: "Time has seasoned this relationship. The struggles continue, but as with the rainbow, I know that you will always be there and will never leave me. Your promise is as true as God's. The flood is over, and you must know that now I will not walk away. However troubled and as relentless as this dark place is that I go to, you will take my hand, and I will know that I am loved." Katie, I love you. I'm also very thankful for all those who have helped us in our time of need. Led by the Staples track and field community, a few local businessmen, and our church, you have helped to save Katie's life, my life, and our family. Your love and support for us has continued in many ways, and for this I am eternally grateful. Finally, my pastor, who's here, Paul Teskey, as part of one of his sermons several years ago, told the congregation about the secret of a fulfilled life. See, I do pay attention. He said, "Find what you love to do, that God made you to do, and do it for His glory." I believe my life has been and will continue to be very fulfilling. I thank God for the opportunity to serve others, and I thank all of you for this esteemed and illustrious honor. Thank you very much.